Hi there, in this video I'm going to show you how we can control the lights or control any blueprint function using Erizos Studios or the Erizos Studios REST API. So right now I have my level set up and I have my blueprint hooked up to the key to the spacebar of my keyboard. So let's just have a quick look at the blueprint. So when the spacebar is pressed, I start all these actions over here and we can see what the result is. If I just hit play in Unreal and I press the spacebar on our keyboard, the light goes off or the light goes on. Okay, so very useful but simple effect here. So let's go ahead and now hook this up to Erizos Studio, and I'll also show you how we can trigger this via the REST API. So I'm going to go into my blueprint, okay, and I'm going to add a component here called control action. Okay, and the control action gives me a few events here, and I want on action triggered. So let's go ahead and add that to our blueprint over here. And because I have everything already set up, all I need to do is hook it up to the first node here, and that's going to trigger off the whole chain reaction of my blueprint. So I'm going to hit compile and save, make sure everything compiles nicely, and let's put okay, so now that I've set up the blueprint, I've added the control action plugin. I'm going to go to my blueprint and we can now see it here in the components and I can control action. So I need to do a few things over here. The first thing I need to do is give it a control ID. So I'm just going to add this as 02. You can give it anything you want, but it has to be a unique number. And over here, I'm going to give it a title actions, and we'll see where this shows up in Studio in a moment. And then in actions, I need to actually add the action. So each component can have several actions. I'm just going to have one here, and I'm going to name this one lights. Okay, so just so that you know, in the blueprint, you get that property over here. So if you want to trigger different actions, you can do a check on the name and then do whatever you want. So that's that's everything set up in Unreal. Let's go ahead and save, and I'm going to put this into play mode. Because I'm working in design mode, I have Unreal running, so we won't see Unreal hosted in Erizos Studio. Obviously, when you're in playout mode, you'll get the preview over here. So let's go ahead and import our scene. So I need to re-import it because, you know what, say we didn't have this in here. We can go to the Show Templates browser. I find my project. I'm using the scene. You can see that's the name of my level here. So just double click to add it. It gets added. Double click again to create a page in the playlist, and now we see here on the left actions lights. All I need to do is click that, light goes off, light goes on. So that's how simple that is. That's how you can control it from Erizos Studio. And I said I'll show you how we can do this from the REST API as well. So I'm going to open up Postman. And the first thing I need to do is I need to do a get on the API control URL so I can see what properties that I have to control. So here I have 02, which is currently set to null. So let's go ahead and duplicate this tab because I want to use the same URL. But instead of doing a get, I'm going to do a post. Let's set up the body that we want to send. And I'm going to paste that in. So if I send this off right now, nothing's going to happen. My level here stays the same. And that's because our control ID is set to null. So it just ignores it. It doesn't do anything. If I change this to a value, say for example on, and I send it, it now gets a value and it's now triggered. So I can send that again and it triggers our blueprint function. Okay, so that covers how we can trigger blueprint functions using the control plugins and from Erizos Studio. Thanks for watching.